Problem type 2.1.4b. The Acme Company sells each coffee maker for $53. The average cost to produce Q coffee makers is 20.14 plus 5,600 divided by Q dollars per coffee maker. Find the profit function P of Q. Let's jot down what they tell us. They told us that the price that we sell each coffee maker for is $53. So the price is 53. And then it tells us that we're going to be producing Q coffee makers. So our quantity is the letter Q. And you notice all of your answers have Q in them, so we're not going to be finding or plugging in a specific value for Q. We're going to use the letter Q. The average cost is 20.14 plus 5,600 divided by Q. And then it tells us to find the profit function. Okay, in 2.1.4, notice the code 2.1.4 in the problem and the code 2.1.4 in the text. That is about profit. It says that profit is equal to revenue minus cost, R minus C. Profit is R minus C. All right, let's write that down. So the profit is revenue minus cost. Okay, well, this has average cost, not cost. So I feel like we need to do something to convert that to cost from average cost. Let's look at 2.1.2 where it has average cost, 2.1.2, average cost. How does average cost relate to cost? And you're welcome to read the rest of this, of course, but it tells us the average cost is equal to the cost divided by Q. So I bet we can use that to convert from average cost to cost. All right, so if average cost is cost divided by Q, I can multiply the Q to the other side and get that cost is equal to average cost times Q. And in the case of this equation that they give us here, that's going to mean that we have 20.14 plus 5,600 divided by Q, and then times Q. All right, and I put it in parentheses because there are two terms, and I'm going to need to distribute the Q to both terms. So I replace the AC with 20.14 plus 5,600 over Q. All right, and when I distribute that Q, I get 20.14 Q plus, and when you have the division by Q and then times another Q, they cancel, and I'll just get 5,600. All right, so that's my cost. So that's the part that goes right here, right? That cost goes right there. But I need to know the revenue, and I'm going to need some information about that. Let's see, revenue is in 2.1.3 in the textbook. Revenue is equal to price times quantity, P times Q. So let's write that down. Revenue is P times Q. And they gave us the price was 53, and we know our quantity is Q. So the revenue is 53Q. Okay, so now that we have all the pieces of the puzzle, we're ready to write the profit. That's going to be 53Q minus, and I'm going to put the cost in parentheses because there are two terms, and I wouldn't want to forget to subtract both of those terms. Okay, so that's going to be 53Q minus 20.14Q minus 5,600. Okay, so I subtract both terms, or you can think of it as distributing the minus to both terms inside the parentheses. Okay, I only have two like terms here. I have the 53Q minus 20.14Q. That's the only simplification I can do there. And maybe you can do that in your head, but just to be sure, I'm going to use Excel as my calculator. And in Excel, when you want to do a calculation, you just do equals first, and then 53 minus 20.14. And then hit enter, and you've got 32.86. So I've got that this is equal to 32.86Q minus 5,600. And that should be our profit. Let's go see if that's the answer. So 32.86Q minus 5,600, that's choice A. Let's see what happens. Yep. Hope that helped.